We're back. We thankfully we didn't get that on camera because Tim just spilled the beans on
these motherfuckers.
Yes.
No. I did just spoil Metal Gear Solid 2 to Mike, and I'm sorry I even did that, but it's good to be here with you.
Likewise.
I'm going to give it back up. I have to give it up once again. Happy birthday, Michael Rainey.
Thank you, man.
The new comedian champion of the gauntlet on Barstool Sports is the Yak. Wow.
Thank you, man.
Wow, man. You love to see it. You love to see the boy come up big. Silent assassin. Didn't make it no fanfare. Just walked up to the line and started fucking draining. And wow, it was a sight to behold.
Man, I love playing games and walking into fucking Barstool, man. It was like what you would want if your parents were killed by like a Dorito truck.
I wanted to kill my dad at Barstool. That's probably every person that walks in the door. You see their fucking full-size gymnasium and how no one seems to actually be doing any work. Everyone's just kind of hanging. Like every new room you walk into is just a different lounge area. There's like a bar and then a different bar and then a fucking popcorn area and then golf simulator. And it's just like, dude, what the I mean, motherfucker.
It was a childhood.
I hope I've never said anything bad about those people because they were really doing it right.
I had to check my Twitter to make sure. I was Googling words of like people there. I was like, hopefully I didn't say anything bad about Dave Portnoy before.
Yeah.
But it was great. And one thing that really cracked me up when we were toward the end of our visit there at Barstool was I went into the very nice bathroom where they got that the Will Compton Museum. But I came out and you were holding a Mountain Dew blanket.
Oh, yeah, man. Eternal gratitude for Kate at Barstool because she's been like a homie from like day one just on the internet. And she's from here.
Yeah, very cool lady.
And we only know each other from the internet. And you know, every once in a while you get like a how do you do and how's it going? And then we finally got to meet in person. And they treated us like fucking kings.
Yeah, that was really a nice experience, man.
We have a couple of super chats.
Out of the gate?
Dude, Door Court with a $49.99 super
Oh
chat
my God.
saying happy birthday, Rain Train.
Whoa.
Thank you, boys.
Dilbert said happy B-Day.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, Dilbert.
Dang, dude.
Man, what a special day. Oh, dude, I was just at the gas station right before I came here, and the husky black dude in front of me was exchanging banter with the lady at the cash register, and she's like, "What are you doing this week?" And he's like, you know, I got teared up. He's like, "It's my birthday." I was like, "Oh my God, it's my birthday too."
It's my birthday month. It's my birthday month.
We gotta start doing that,
Krebs.
man. We only celebrate birthdays. Like we got.
I don't even do that.
You don't?
I haven't celebrated my birthday in probably, I don't know, maybe when I was a child.
You don't do anything special?
It's 2 days after Christmas.
Yeah.
If I'm burnt out. My entire adult life I've had children, so I empty the tank by Christmas, and then on my birthday I'm just like, I pray I don't have work.
When's the last time you did something special for your birthday?
When I was working downtown, I would go and I would get lunch by myself. I would get a nice steak lunch. I would go to a steakhouse by myself for lunch.
That's ideal.
Yeah, I guess I could get back into that, but I think, I mean, I told you I got my day off Sunday. I'm going to enjoy that. But forget about it, dude. Today's your day. Forget about my day. We're celebrating you.
It's too much, man.
And all your splendor.
Yeah, dude, last night I got a little POSSY.
Whoa,
Yeah,
birthday Eve, pussy.
I got it. I've been.
Are you going to show me?
Yes, dude. I'm working.
That's generous.
I'm working on increasing my loads and just general.
What's your stack?
Bone health. So I'm taking it's a combo of maca root, ashwagandha, beetroot, Damiana, MCT oil.
You got to throw arginine in there.
Okay.
You got to get arginine in there, man.
All right. I have something else too, which I haven't.
You might get some
taken yet.
velocity from that too.
I'm trying to think what else I got, Tim. I got
Zinc? Please tell me you got zinc.
no.
Bro.
It's one word.
You've got some good stuff in there, but you need zinc.
All right. I'm following a lot of the boys on Reddit too. I'm going by what they say for general boner health, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this leads. However, as of right now, dude, I ejaculated so much that I thought we were going to have to stuff something under the door. Right on time, baby. My dick actually made that sound too.
Your kids are walking in 2 inches of cum in the hallway. Dad,
Squish, 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 squish.
We have a couple of super chats. Jimmy Bighead said happy birthday.
Thank you, Jimmy Bighead. I appreciate you, brother.
James Benson said happy birthday, Mike. Appreciate all the joy you bring us. Tim, upload MGS so I can run that kill count for you, goddammit. And then he said, Dylan, have some all-day sauce, which is a reference to Two-Headed Dog.
What's all-day sauce?
Noah pushed back our podcast recording at one point because he had to make an all-day sauce.
Fucking Noah, dude.
And it really pissed me off.
Fucking Noah. Have you ever seen Noah drunk, by the way, in public?
No, but he just looks like he's drunk all the time.
Well, yeah, well, that's, I mean, I don't want to say lousy. Lousy is not the right word. He's a kind of a layabout. But
Yes.
you get that kid knocking back some pops. He won't shut the fuck up about soup. Soup, dude.
Well, to that point, what is his sauce that he made?
He made a vodka sauce.
He made a cream of some young guy.
Yes, dude.
Rest in soup, Noah.
There's also Alex McFarland said, I bet Mike has the best loads. Happy B-Day, buddy.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Dude, I was honestly, it made me do a double take because of how much was on the sheet last night, man.
Whoa. What kind of velocity were you getting?
I don't even know because I busted inside
Dribble.
my wife, and it was just so much. I mean, so much that I was like,
Mamma mia.
yeah.
Well,
Maro, what are we going to do without it? Come on.
Ooh, Maro.
Yeah, it was just a real treat because I was waiting for my wife to get prepared, and I was on Reddit, and I was reading the boys' recipes online.
How to have sex, Reddit. I was reading r/sex. I was reading the AMA from the mods of r/sex.
Not far off, but guys are very helpful, especially with sexually based questions. Like if you ever notice, like not only on Reddit, but also under porn comments, if guys have a specific question, other guys will come out to help. There's very little fucking trolling under porn comments or porn
Because
questions.
you can't troll on Reddit because you're on there because you don't have any social contact otherwise. So once you start ostracizing yourself by being a troll, it's just like, well, I guess it's just me and my fucking Funko Pops. I want to see what kind of sex tips they have on Reddit while we talk about this. So, all right. So you're saying this is pre intercourse?
That I was looking up this information and I found a lot. It was just a general info because I had a bunch of the stuff on hand and I ended up ordering something else. Let me see if you recognize this. Dylan, are you a boner recipe guy?
I took the boner powder that Noah gave me once.
Did it work?
Yeah, but my girlfriend...
But only on Noah?
I took it, and then my girlfriend went to bed, and then she didn't wake up for a while, so it was too late, and I just played Hogwarts Legacy and jerked off twice. Ginny Julep says, happy birthday, Mike, and congrats on your giant batch. And Tim, totally agree. My birthday is Xmas. Wait, my B-Day is Xmas Day, and it fucking sucks. Oh, it's their birthday's Christmas.
Thank you, Ginny. The thing that I ordered last night, because I saw it mentioned numerous times, was Tonkat Ali.
Wasn't that one of the didn't she have a show on UPN in the 90s?
A very beautiful lady. Yeah, her boyfriend Jonathan Brandis killed himself. But I'm excited to see where this boner adventure takes me, man.
Yeah. I have some sex tips. This is from
Hit me with one.
NSFW 411. What's a sex tip you know now you wish you knew a long time ago? Women often get more pleasure from a grinding motion over a thrusting one. That's great news for guys with not a lot of thrusting distance. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah. Is somebody behind me? I see you pointing.
Oh my God! Just the way that you're just like you have like almost like a compacted Yoel Romero body. Just that's got to be crazy. That's got to be like getting stuck in a machine when you got the rain train grinding on you. It's like it's like getting sucked into a lathe in a Chinese factory.
Yeah, I was on one last night, dude. I hit her with the Homer Simpson "Why you little."
Here's a tip. Sex should be fun, not just in a pleasure way. Mm-hmm. You should be able to talk and laugh and be excited and be playful. Mm-hmm. The journey to climax should be more enjoyable than the climax itself.
Do you think you could laugh
Bro,
with a boner?
shut up, you fucking virgin. What?
Could you laugh with a boner?
I mean, I'm not the Joker. There's a time for funny business, and there's a time for lovemaking, Mike. Don't shit your pants on my chair, please.
I think the same way. Oh,
Please,
man.
don't, that chair's alive.
Okay.
Please put shit on it.
Oh, dude. I don't know if I should say this, but I will. But no, I'm not going to say that.
Go ahead, man.
My mom shit herself today, man.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. Dylan, do you have? If there was one sex tip that you could give everybody, what would you give?
Me and my girlfriend have been into
Make sure it's recording first.
You're so nasty, Tim.
What do you? Hey, that's enough. Go ahead. What's your text tip?
My girlfriend, we've been she's just been like laying on top of me, and I've been massaging her neck while we fuck.
Is she facing you or away from you?
She's facing me.
She's facing you, laying on top of you, and you're.
She's just kind of like, yeah, she's laying on top of me, and then I'm like behind either two hands like this, or just like
You're gripping her on the top of the shoulder.
kind of like the way you grip a kitten.
I was gonna say a chin up.
No, that would be nuts.
Oh, the way you grab a kitten so you get the scruff of her neck.
Yeah,
and
she likes that.
So her arms are hanging like this at her side.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know if it's a sex tip. It's just a nice way to talk your girlfriend into having sex with you, to be like, well, you're gonna get a massage out of
Dude,
it.
just imagine being like this, like you're delivering an office message in Beetlejuice.
Dunbar says, "Happy birthday to the Rain Train, one of our favorite perverts."
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dunbar,
buddy.
man.
Wow.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat has any worthwhile sex tips, man, I would love to hear about them because, I think people have a lot more free time now in the coming weeks. People are making more time to connect with loved ones. So now is the time to really just come together as a community to really hit each other with some real pleasure tips, Tim.
Do dads ever give their sons sex tips? I feel like that used to happen in movies.
I would not. My dad told me how it was done, but he didn't give me any kind of insider trading.
Yeah, this Reddit stuff's pretty abysmal, man. A guy just said, I've had Funko Pops fall on my... I'm not kidding.
Follow my penis.
Fall on my head. I've had Funko Pops fall on my head. It's like, dude, imagine you're the woman. I've been hit in the head with books, Funko Pops, and a model kit. I've had the same bed break beneath me 3 times in one night before I just gave up trying to fix it again. My girlfriend was on top, and my best friend finally called, and I rapidly... What the fuck?
Now, before
this is Redditors having wacky sex. This is like them saying, like, it should be fun. It shouldn't be,
Oh, fuck off, man.
It's like, bro.
Now, you asked the question about should dads give sex tips.
Yeah.
Are you saying this from experience? Did your dad give you any worthwhile knowledge?
I think my dad's a virgin. I don't think he's ever once penetrated a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's some, obviously that complicates the timeline for me because I'm here, but I can't see that guy. I mean, his whole demeanor is just like,
There's so many different ways that you can get come inside of a lady that I could see that he could possibly be a virgin.
He does everything looking over the top of a pair of supermarket readers. So I imagine he probably was just like, all right, we're in. That's gotta be nuts. Yeah, but they treated us so nice at Barstool.
Yeah. Yeah, they were great, man.
I thought they were gonna pull my pants down and make fun of me for being a
virgin.
A virgin,
Yeah.
a nerd. I don't know anything about sports. I don't, I thought we were gonna walk in and they were gonna say something specific about the Eagles game that I wasn't gonna get. And then they're going to be like, this guy, right? And then you're going to be like, yeah, and high five them. I thought you were going to turn on me the second we got there.
Never, man.
But they were so cool. They treated us like fucking kings.
Dude, they had different kinds of popcorn. I mean, dude, one thing that I thought was interesting that it made me want it even more. Next to the popcorn machine, did you notice the single can of Coors Light?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't think I've ever wanted anything that fucking bad.
I wanted to drink an open can of Coors Light that someone left in the lunchroom. Yeah.
If there were 100 cans stacked up, I probably wouldn't even think twice about it. But seeing a single can of Coors Light.
Seeing a can of Coors Light looking lonely. Take me back. Yeah. And then So we did that, and then obviously the thanks for everyone that came out to the Lincoln Lodge shows. That was crazy.
Super nice, man.
Sold out on a Sunday night is really bananas.
God damn, everybody was so.
Everyone was so fucking cool, dude. Did you see that? What was his name? Andy.
His gifts were incredible, man.
This is, and I'm not bragging. This hat, you can see the N64 emblem on the front. This hat is, I don't know if it's one of a kind, but the only way to get this, according to the legend, was by coming in 3rd place in a Nintendo Power magazine contest in 1997. And he what a fucking artifact. He won this from Nintendo Power.
I know. That's a crazy build, man.
And he said, I want you to have this. And I said, oh yeah, dude, the leather bill. Come on, man.
All right, quick quiz. If you had to rank 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Nintendo Power, Black Power, White Power.
Ooh, obviously Nintendo Power number 1. I'll go Black Power number 2. Not because I don't like white people, just because like white people never really came up with a great. I mean, they got the fist.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
We got like not so fast, mister.
Yeah. What's something more authoritative that we could?
Well, we can't go flat hand. Yeah, they tried that one too. So I don't know.
You could do a moderation. I think like
that's Italian power. Yeah, that's not quite white.
It's OBGYN power as well.
White. Well, yeah, what would be a great white power hand gesture that also makes it less racist? That's the thing you got to worry about, because people automatically go, "You're racist" when you say white power. I'll go
Maybe something silly.
Ooh, maybe a pinky,
Okay.
because this is also Chinese. Fuck you.
Oh man. See, but if you're fucking the Chinese, I think that would be more of a black thing. So maybe black power should be a pinky raise too, because they give Asians such hard times. In the
Here's
stores.
white power. I found it. Yeah, white power. I mean, it's probably not great. That's not a great look. That's probably not really a good look at all.
It looks cool. Put the Nintendo Power hat on, then do that. I think then it'll really come across.
Sex tips on Reddit.
Chad MD says, happy birthday, Mike. My cardiologist told me it takes a long time to talk like Donald Duck, so keep working at it.
I am going to keep working, man. Making good strides.
Chad was the one in the Akira jacket, right?
He was,
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, Chad's the man. Every time I've seen him, he's come in a different getup, and each one more impressive than the last. Chad, I bet you know some good stuff about sex, man.
Yeah, Dylan, hit us if anyone has any prominent sex tips in there. Mike's looking for them. Me, my sex tip is distract yourself with video games so that she ends up having to beg for it.
Ooh,
that's my move. You should neglect her in an intimate way for so long that she can't help but rip that controller out of your fucking hands, and actually just be so mad at you that she doesn't even want to have sex anymore.
Oh my God, Tim.
That's sex tips with Tim. She should be furious that you're starting a new save file in Chrono Trigger, and eventually, it should be like a lioness. You ever see that lioness when they start like just dropping the pussy on the lion's face?
Yeah.
It's just like,
Does it work if men do that?
What, drop
the balls and butt on a lady's face when she's playing and killing it?
Nah, they laugh, right? She never takes me seriously when I do something sexually aggressive. She goes, "What are you doing?"
Do you ever try to be sexy?
Not successfully. It's never once worked. I don't know. You ever come out of the bathroom? Well, we have a bathroom attached to our bedroom. Not walking through the hallway. You ever come in, meet out, and you go just like, "What's up?"
Yeah, that's
She laughs every time.
When I'm ready for
You're talking about intercourse, right?
yes,
Yeah.
When I'm usually ready for intercourse, I'll just come into the bedroom in a towel, and
over your shoulder, or around your tits, or around
just around my hair. I got it wound up like Marge Simpson, and I'll put something nice on the YouTube. I'll put a playlist on YouTube, and if there's windows open, I'll shut the windows.
Do you have a playlist, or you just let it autoplay off?
A couple. I usually put on either Tame Impala or Deftones.
Or 30 for 30.
The Jimmy V speech. I try to come by the end of the speech.
Dilbert has a sex tip.
What is it, Dilbert?
Oh, wait, no, sorry. Dilbert has a sex question for Mike. Is kissing or being kissed in the ear a turn on or no?
She's going to chip her teeth on those ears. She's going to nibble on Mike's ears and have to get a fucking root canal.
Yeah, kissing my ears, Dilbert, no. But kissing your ears, I imagine you got normal sweet boy ears. Yeah, I think that would be good, man.
The risk of kissing Mike's ears is that someone might American History X you from the back of your head.
Meat Oaf says put Spanish fly in a humidifier.
Wow.
Have you ever taken Spanish fly?
No.
I've always dreamed of it because in the back of magazines when I was a kid, you would see ads for it, and you're just like, I could not imagine what this does to you.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it feels like a pre-workout for your wiener.
Oh my God.
Your balls get hot. Dude, remember, you know what I just thought about this week? Remember when I had fucking hot ass for an entire summer?
Yeah, what was happening?
I think that was the COVID vaccine. I'm not sure. But it hasn't happened I can't remember the last time it happened, but I remember every day I was dealing with overheated butt cheeks. And I don't know what I did to get rid of it.
Did you think about pouring antifreeze in your asshole?
It was siphoning it out of someone else's asshole first. No, thank God that's over. Yeah. So, all right. So we go from Barstool, and we said we wanted to get something to eat, and they recommended Au Cheval.
Oh, what an experience, man.
Au Cheval.
Was that the best hamburger you've ever had?
I think so. Well, we got to tell the story. We go to Au Cheval, which is this is what everyone recommended. Was you got to go to Au Cheval and get a burger, and you go, and they call themselves a diner, but you go in, it's like a tiny, fancy restaurant.
And they call it Au Cheval is because the head cook, his name is Cheval Friggums, and he's always yelling stuff at the customers as soon as you walk in. He's like, "Look at this white motherfucker looking like Frank Durst on a skateboard," and they're like, "Au Cheval." Motherfucker looking like a West Borland on a racing scooter.
Wow.
But we walked into the restaurant, and this was, it felt like an out-of-body experience when Felix, the manager, said this. We didn't know Felix at the time, but...
we ordered our burgers.
Yes.
We sat at the bar, ordered our burgers and some ginger ales. And
root beer.
Root beer, sorry. I forgot they had tapped root beer. And the server disappears, and then our burgers are delivered to us by a friendly guy named Felix.
Yes.
Who says,
I can't remember exactly, but he says, "I hope you gentlemen enjoy your dad meat." And Tim and I were just like, "What?"
"Yep, pretty cool." Well, actually, no, not cool right away. At first, I heard him say "dad meat," and I don't know. My instant thought was that this guy was coming over to insult us and just happened. I don't know. We're old guys. I don't know. I'll say this. Everyone was treating us so nicely all weekend that I was on like high alert. That makes me feel like I'm in trouble. Like I'm in a dangerous situation. When that many people are nice to me, it's so alien to me that my senses are heightened. I feel like at any minute now, this is going to turn bad. This is either someone trying to take advantage of me, or start a problem. I think kind of in the way that where a drunk guy is being like overly familiar with you, and then it turns bad the second that you're not like. Your demeanor changes because he's being too much.
Yes.
Everyone was so nice that I was like, if I can't keep up with them, they're all gonna beat my fucking ass. And so my nerves are fried. And then this very nice fella comes over and delivers our food and says, "Hope you guys enjoy your dad meat." And I went, "What?" And then I let that pass. That's not a healthy thought. And then we talked to him, and he knew our stuff.
Very cool guy, man.
Shout out Felix at Au Cheval. Jesus Christ, man.
Man.
And then he kept bringing us food.
I know. Everything was more delicious than the last, man.
So yeah, going to a highly recommended burger joint, and the manager knowing us, to me, I felt like Leonardo DiCaprio.
That was one of those moments where, like, I wish my wife was there. to just be like, oh my God, do you see? Isn't this cool?
Yeah.
Am I cool?
Yeah. I texted my wife right away. Well, because I mostly feel like a desperate
Fat
loser.
faggot.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like we have like a very easy job, and the trade-off is that you have to sacrifice your soul in the name of garnering relevance, and that's the worst feeling ever. And so Felix recognizing us and like hooking us up with more food, I was just like, I'm famous now. This is the best feeling ever. And then that went away as soon as we walked outside, and it was 22 degrees and I hated myself again. But for just a minute there, Felix made me feel like a really cool guy.
Dude, there were so many moments, not like that, but I guess adjacent to that are anytime like people come up to us and just have something nice to say, like I hope people understand like just how much it means, because so many years nobody gave a fuck about anything.
And still almost no one does, but there's a few. But
there's enough to make you feel like what you're doing is fun and people listen and it's very cool. But just thinking back, do you remember like standing next to me to sell, like, I think it was my second book, and I was like, please stand with me because I don't think anybody's going to buy any. And I don't think anybody did. And you were acting like my manager. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that isn't that distant in the past.
Oh man, standing in the hallway of the club after a show and just like hoping for one fist bump. And sometimes it never comes.
Dude, a guy came up to me. I don't think it was that time, but it was in that same spot. And I had my little book set up, and I was just, man, if somebody could just buy one book, that would be 20 extra bucks I could have. And a guy like made eye contact with me, and he starts deviating from the path out. And I was like, here we go. I'm going to sell a book. And he's drinking a pint of beer. And as he approaches me, he puts his pint glass right in front of me.
He says, take care of that.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, I hope he ends his life tonight. And I didn't get that 20 bucks, man. And I went home with as many books.
And
as
I drank the
left
last little sip at the bottom of the glass.
But I went home with as many books as I fucking left the house with, man.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm glad that On Perks is kind of getting like a second life, because there's like so many bigger shows that we've never been on that you've gotten to go on now and like show it off for the first time. And are people like, is it like a new wave of interest? Yeah,
and it's very fun. There's always like most days, like I will sell at least a copy or two, but then there's days like, by going to Barstool this week, and then the episode I did on Soder's podcast came out this week, and it is very cool to just see that something that I've already worked on and it's done, just people become aware of it. Because like I mentioned with the book where nobody fucking bought, I felt like once that initial wave of everybody I knew, I messaged and asked them to buy a copy, and I might have sold a couple hundred copies of that book. I knew that was it. I knew I wasn't going to sell any more of that. Whereas like now it just feels like, okay, this is actually like very cool that like people are aware of this. And also it makes like the sting of being so fucked up for so long not as stingy.
Yeah, it was all for something.
Yeah, and I feel that way too. It's like my wife and I, we have a very good relationship now, but there was a time where it just, the culmination of all that really resulted in a what I perceive to be a rotten time period.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, okay, like this is something, this bad time period is actually serving me pretty well and is actually going to, I don't know, there's some good that's going to come out of it that I didn't perceive at the time, where it just seemed like the bottom was falling out of life.
Man, damn. I wanted to talk about I saw some of the comments definitely on Barstool, where first of all, whenever you go on like a new thing or like a bigger thing than you've been on before, you brace yourself for the new wave of people. First of all, oh my God, all the people that go, who the fuck are these guys? Like they're mad that it's not someone that they recognize. So there's that's fun. But then I saw some people saying like, this POS talking about doing drugs. Like, what's this fucking guy's, kind of like, denigrating, I guess. And I guess I don't really think about that very much at all. How like you had a family and you were crippling yourself and them with a drug problem. However, it's partially because I know you, But also when we were in the hotel room and you were telling me, you know, and it's not the first time I've heard about it, but like we were talking about like your family dynamic growing up. And to me, like I have no judgment at all for like what you went through whatsoever. And I come from my mom was the one that was addicted to drugs and ruined our family and never came back from it. And from the dynamic that you were describing when you were, you know, younger and even like up until now, I was just like, yeah, of course you were ended up on like addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes perfect sense to me.
Dude. And I see that now. Like I feel like I've done a good job of unfucking myself like the last 7 years, and just more than anything, aside from just like, you know, leaving a lot of those substances behind, you know, was important, but like figuring out ways to find out like the drugs and alcohol are a symptom of a bigger issue. And I think with any addiction,
Do you think that's always the case?
yeah,
Okay.
I think, you know,
I'd be inclined to agree, but I don't have the experience.
yeah, like I mean, yeah, I fucking love the taste of alcohol, and I love cocaine. I love everything about it. However,
There's nothing to hate about cocaine.
Yeah, it's the fucking best, man.
It really,
Yeah.
to me, it's too nice, and that's why I've never really craved it.
Yeah,
You know, but yeah, your pleasure receptors for the first time in your life are firing on all cylinders.
Modon, man.
Like, no kidding, man.
But
you know?
but dude, that thing in your head, you know, when you're an addict, that says like keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this, and you continue to see evidence which indicates you should definitely stop doing this. I feel like it isn't the substance itself that's doing that, and it's years and years and years of dysfunction. And you know, through, you know, what kickstarted that revelation for me was going through the steps in AA and NA, but then also like being able to like view like my family dynamic, like my birth family dynamic from where I'm at now, as opposed to before, when I'm viewed as like the fuck up of the family, and see like people asking me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? And it's like, I don't fucking know. And there was a time where I explicitly asked my mom, it's like, does anybody in your family or dad's family have any kind of like history of addiction issues? She's like, no. And it's like, I know I'm not the first person to do this, but being more involved in my birth family's lives right now, coupling that with all the years of, you know, work I did to work on myself and become more aware and more present of why things are happening, why I'm feeling a certain way, how I can rectify certain things. Like I should probably be a serial killer right now.
For sure.
Because I'm deeply involved in like my parents' lives now.
And you still could be.
I still have time, because I still don't think I'm out of the prime yet where white men typically start killing. 46, so it's like I got to get it in like within the next couple of years if I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till you reach like John Lithgow in his prime age, or like any old. I think I just said that because he was on Dexter, but like these disheveled white hair guys, you got to wait till the rest of your hair is gray, and then I think it's time to pull the trigger.
I think I
start killing prostitutes.
We got
I would leave them.
got a couple of super chats. Rich Franco says, "Happy birthday."
Thank
Text
you, Rich.
tip: celery juice equals huge loads.
Whoa. Okay.
I've heard the same about beet juice.
Pause.
Dylan, that's a demerit if you keep that up.
Sean Dowdy says, "Happy birthday, Mike."
Thank you, Sean.
For your
Congratulations,
birthday,
Sean Dowdy.
For your birthday this year, my son got a new favorite word. It's homies. ICB has been replaced, or ICB has replaced the minions in the car, and it's funny every time. And then Shadow Homie says, traveled 3 hours to see you guys. Please take care of that hat. Oh, Tim, please take care of that hat. Mike, do you have the relic I bestowed upon you?
I didn't bring it with me. Oh, dude. I'm going to bring it next week so I can present it to everybody, because I don't know if I can do it justice explaining it. It really it knocked my socks off, and it was something that I want to have framed.
Yeah, I mean that's high level stuff. This will be cherished forever. I'm gonna tell people I want it. How did you Okay, so you're failing to cope with disastrous home life, right?
Yes.
You fall into substance use. I'm assuming you're getting regular feedback that this is not it.
At the time?
At the time.
In the midst of it? Kind of.
What kind of stuff would you run into where...
From my wife, mainly.
Okay.
But where it started to pop up with my birth family is like, my dad is the only one who actually like, kind of like started to understand.
When did you start saying my birth family, by the way? This is brand new.
No, I started saying because like, to me, like my family is like my wife and my kids. Like I have a clear line in the sand between the two because I don't lump them in the same way because I don't have feelings anywhere close to one another. So I just kind of like, it's, you know.
And you're where you're at now. Their dynamic is all primarily unchanged, I guess.
Yeah, it's nothing's changing, and it's still insane, and it's very like like right now I feel like I wake up in the middle of the night a lot lately now that I'm like back in the midst of like that family dynamic because I have to be because my parents are in such bad condition. That I'm trying to figure out ways to like operate within that like family structure again.
Ugh.
And it feels gross and I hate it. And like whenever I leave there, I feel like, you know, I feel like a weight's like off my shoulders and going in, there's a heaviness to it. And it's like when you go into the home of somebody or some people that like stress you out profoundly or is like reminiscent of, you know, the causes of weight that you've had to carry throughout your life that have caused like nearly catastrophic damage. It's, I don't know, there's just so much going on at one time. So going back to like your previous question, it's like, when did I feel like, what was it? When did,
so what I want to talk about is, so I wasn't giving you any pushback at the time while you were really fucked up because I didn't know to.
But yeah, and that's the thing.
It was kind of normal for me. It was normal for me to be around someone like you. And it was almost, I'm not comfortable, but like I was used to that dynamic and I almost didn't question it at all. But what I wanted to know was, were there boundaries around you that you were bouncing into regularly where you knew what you were doing was wrong, or was it just when you sobered up?
No, I could always rationalize it, and I was actually having this conversation with my wife earlier today in regards to like I think a lot of times, and I think I perpetuate it for so long because I didn't reach like the top tier of what I think most people's perception of what an addict is, which is somebody living under the fucking train, living in a fucking tent with like one forearm the size of a goddamn quadricep, just because they're so fucked up and they have open sores and shit like that. For me, it was just like I could validate everything I was doing because I went to work every day and I had 2 jobs and I told my kids I love them. But the reality was, from the second I woke up to the second I went to bed, like I just thought about what I wanted to do to make myself feel good that day. And some days it was just, you know, counting the minutes till I was done work to fucking grab the bottle of fucking Tullamore Dew that was on my counter, or sitting in my fucking my fucking neurologist parking lot, just waiting for that phone to ring because I knew at some point in the next couple hours my pill prescription was going to be ready to be picked up.
Okay, so you're a functioning addict throughout all of it.
Yeah, and it's, you know, my wife was really the only one that like called me out on that, and
then that's also tough because then the dynamic becomes like, she's such a bitch. She's always giving me a hard time.
Yeah, and I definitely like had that feeling towards her where it was, you know, and I was like, she doesn't work, she doesn't fucking do this, but the reality was like, she was right, and she was the only one in my life that was doing that. Now, I don't think any of my boys like, you know, had any inkling because it's like, you know, I could do shows, I had a car, I had a house, and it was like I could do things that like a normal person would do. And I think the typical or the normal perception was that I just liked to party when I went out. Whereas in a lot of cases too, like my second tier of friends were more of just like people that I would go to their houses for a couple days at a time to really get fucked up. Like you were never one of those people. Like you were always a guy that anytime, if we had beers together, you were going home at the end of the night because that's just how you function.
I would get yelled at so bad. Go home at the end of the night.
I did too, man, but I liked staying out so much that I did it.
Yeah.
So my wife was really the only one that called me out. And it got to the point though, when I went to rehab.
Okay, before you go there, so your wife starts speaking up. And you don't mind if we go long on this, do you?
No, I would love to.
Also, you guys don't mind if we talk about this stuff. I have also seen a lot of feedback recently where people are like kind of curious about this stuff, and you know, we do like to check in on our homies. That,
I'm happy to talk about it.
Okay.
People are saying that they like the down to earth moment.
All right, perfect. So she starts speaking up. I guess what I'm so curious about right now is she starts pushing back. How exactly do you receive that, and do you disregard it? Do you rationalize your way out of it? Do you internalize it and know she's right, and that actually pushes you to behave badly? Mm-hmm. I want to get like into that loop for a minute.
There was definitely a lot of like oppositional defiance, which coming from like a 30-something-year-old man is very funny. But there was definitely pushback, but there would be times, like especially with Coke, because I would really, when I would come down off of Coke, it would just be like the world was fucking ending. Whereas like with pills, it was more like, fuck, I just want to get more pills. Like with Coke, I just knew the night was over because that was like more of a getaway. Whereas with pills, you know, I was never more involved with my family than when I was on pills. You know, we would go to the park all the fucking time. We would do everything together.
Is that why you always see like guys pushing strollers that are like their eyes are half closed?
Probably, dude. Yes.
Is that why you always see flat brim wigs just fucking nodding off, pushing a baby around?
Dude, I would not doubt it, man. But for me, Coke was always like an isolation drug, whereas pills were more of a, I love you guys so much, man. Let's go do something together drug. But in regards to her, it was more of, pills kind of became acceptable, and I feel like we had like an unspoken agreement that as long as I wasn't drinking and as long as I wasn't doing Coke, I could do pills because my back hurt. And even though there would be times where like I would just be nodding out. Dude, there was a time, and like this is one of the most embarrassing moments, and like I just got lucky, man. Dude, I was fucked up. I bought tickets to the school play. I worked at a high school. And they were doing like, I forget what play it was. It was like the fucking King and I or
PillHead on the Roof.
But
the Jungle Bookie.
But dude, I took my kids to go see this fucking play. And like during the play, like I was nodding out. And a lady that worked with me came up behind me and she smacked me with a program. And I turned around and like I woke up and I saw who it was, and I thought she was being playful, but it wasn't until like
I punched her in the stomach.
It wasn't until, dude, I went to work Monday. I was like, oh my God, like she did that because like I just lost consciousness for a minute. And dude, I had my fucking kids with me.
Yeah.
Like that.
I've dozed off at school plays before.
But this wasn't a doze off. This was clearly like I took pills before I went, and I was at work with my kids, you know, at a work, you know, inside the place where I fucking worked with kids. It was just like, at the time, that was just like, oh man, this is
Were you wearing a wife beater by any chance?
No, man.
I love when those guys are always wearing a wife beater.
No, I probably had on like a quarter zip up or something.
Okay. Stunning.
Yeah.
Matzo Balls says, happy birthday, Mike. The clit is the light bulb of pleasure, while the butthole is the ring light of pleasure.
Thank you, Matzo Balls, man. I got to keep that, Mike. Can you write that down for me?
No. I'm going to forget that as soon as I can. The ring light. The rim light is probably what he meant.
Tim, I want to take a second here. I want to thank our sponsors, man. It's time to break out the stretch pants for those holiday dinners, Tim. MeUndies has what you need. From lounge pants and hoodies to sweats and onesies. And those MeUndies undies come in tons of styles, sizes, and colors. Whether you're buying something for yourself or your whole Christmas list, MeUndies is your one-stop shop. Brother, have you graced your fucking dick and balls with MeUndies yet?
I'm wearing them right now. I don't know if you can see them. Right?
Let me see them. They look sharp. Is that the Star of David?
Not on your life, mister. it's all, well, they feel fantastic.
Well, they look great on you, and you're moving with.
I grab my own butt.
You're moving with the fluidity of a goddamn jellyfish, brother.
Thank you.
And if you're afraid to take that leap, don't be. MeUndies' problem-free philosophy is simple. If you're not happy with your first pair of MeUndies, you'll get them for free. So knock out all of your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies. To get exclusive holiday deals and savings all month long, go to MeUndies.com/DADMEAT and enter promo code DADMEAT. That's MeUndies.com/DADMEAT using code DADMEAT. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in.
Thanks, MeUndies.
Oh, and Tim.
What's up?
You have this lovely Aura frame here.
I do.
And even if your grandparents aren't tech savvy, they can figure this one out. The Aura digital frame. It's so easy to use. Even the most tech challenged relative can have a happy holiday. Aura is the Wi-Fi connected digital picture frame that shows off all of your favorite photos and videos. Add unlimited photos to the frame straight from your smartphone using the app so you can change up what's being played online.
Mike.
Oh,
in honor
Tim.
for your birthday, I actually they sent me a couple of these Aura frames, and so I actually set one up just to see. I wanted to see how easy it was, but then I loaded it up with pictures from your past.
Johnny Weir.
There's you. There's Mike and figure skating legend Johnny Weir. Here's Mike. Obviously killing it. So I loaded this fucking thing up on a little Mike Rainey slideshow for your birthday.
My Aunt Patsy. Oh, Graham.
This is at this is Mike and his Aunt Patsy at his niece's baptism, and then there's Mike and my grandmother meeting for the first time after I told her so much about him, and she loved all my comedy stuff, and so there's Mike and Graham meeting for the first time. This is Mike during his PillHead vinyl collecting era, announcing to Facebook that he had just secured a copy of Purple Rain.
Yes,
looking like an Al Qaeda hostage in his own home. And then back to Mike and Johnny Weir. So
that's really lovely, man. I didn't expect that.
couldn't be easier to set up. You use a little app on your phone, and it's a handsome little thing, especially for the holidays.
Oh my god, man, you're the fucking best. Dude.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Oh my god, man. Oh, I love you so much, Tim.
I love you too, dude. Tell them where to get one.
You got me tearing up, man. Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver mat frames with code FATBIRD at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code FATBIRD. This deal is exclusive to DADMEAT listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. Brother, this thing at my feet has been on my mind the entire episode, and I cannot wait to see this baby turned on. Fellas, all you want for Christmas is the perfect blowjob. Lucky you, the Vacuum Glide by Autoblow is here to get the job done. It's a male milking machine that's a combination penis pump and stroker. Whether you struggle with ED or you just want something that you know is going to work, the Vacuum Glide is your answer. I cannot wait to see this baby work. Oh my God, dude, that pulse is intense, man. Yes.
Go look. Yeah, think about it, okay? Look down the barrel of that thing. Now imagine that. Imagine it's all slippery, and you don't have any fucking friends. Yeah, I don't want to stay out all night doing drugs. I want to go home because that's where my autoblow and video games are. This can make an honest man out of you. You stop messing around. Stop staying out all night. Stop not coming home. Come home. This is waiting for you.
Dude, the Vacuum Glide would have been enough to bring me home, dude.
It's standing in your kitchen in a bathrobe with its arms crossed, saying, "Mike, where were you? Where were you, Mike? I was waiting up all night. You didn't call?
Oh, baby, you know my phone be dying.
You overdrew the bank account. I need you. Good.
Girl, I'm going to never let you down again. I love it. If the idea of a milking machine seems like a bit much, start with the Autoblow Ultra. The Ultra syncs up with a library of spicy videos, incredible, that'll make you feel like you're in on the action. Get 10% off the Vacuum Glide or the Autoblow Ultra when you use promo code DADMEAT at autoblow.com. That's promo code DADMEAT for 10% off the Vacuum Glide or the Autoblow Ultra at autoblow.com. Check out autoblowme.com for more info.
Damn, thanks, Autoblow. We love you.
Incredible products, man.
What is it, Dylan? Bad news?
Great news. Apex Hero gave $100.
What the hell?
Apex Hero, you're very
And he
sweet,
said,
brother.
He said, "Happy birthday, Rain Train. My witty, explicit remarks were immediately censored by YouTube's bots. So you're just going to have to use your imagination." And then it says FGT RTD for life.
Thank you, brother. Love you, dude.
Damn. Wow.
What a life, man.
Yeah, what were we talking about before the break?
Taking your kids to see Pillhead on the Roof.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, you should be so thankful that you never really experienced, the full collapse of your life that often happens with this situation. And I'm hoping, actually, I hope the best for all of our listeners. But I just know, even just percentage-wise, even if I weren't hearing from people that want to know more about your journey because it pertains to, maybe something that they're dealing with, or maybe it's not as bad, but they see it coming. And, I just, I want, I want people to hear this stuff, especially because guidance is so hard to come by. And, you hear a lot of stuff from charlatans who, people want a piece of your recovery. They want to claim ownership of it in some way. And it really does just come down to you.
It does, dude. And if anybody out there can relate to anything like this, like more than anything, what I want anybody to get out of anything, and the reason why I willingly talk about this shit and am open to share all these fucking horror stories is because I want people to understand that, you can do a fucking 180. If you had told me 10 years ago, dude, when I'm chaperoning my daughter's field trip, it's like I desperately need pills, and this is going to be the day where my prescription comes through, and I can't stop checking my phone just to make sure I don't miss the phone call from my doctor. Like, I'm completely checked out while chaperoning this fucking field trip, while this sweet kid and her friends just want to hang out and look at fucking fish at the Camden Aquarium. But all I can think about is my fucking phone. Like, that, to me, like, that's like the depths for me. It's like I'm totally ignoring my fucking family just because I want pills so fucking badly.
It's the most regrettable feeling in the world.
The fucking worst. There were so many times where I was a bad father. And, like I said, like, there's people have an idea of what an addict is, and then, there's like I guess people have grading systems or whatever, but for me, it was just like, I'm completely
Is there really
selfish.
a grading system?
I think there is. So it's like, yeah, at the top end, you think of like the people you see on like, Kensington Avenue, and then there's, everybody else. But for me, it was just like, I completely disregarded everybody just for my own selfish needs. So I want people to see that, like, if you're experiencing anything like that right now, like, I cannot believe what my life has become in, between then and now. Like, if you had told me at that point when I'm fucking feeling like I'm crawling out of my skin because I need pills and I'm totally checked out when all my daughter wants to do is spend time with me on this fucking field trip, if you had told me that day that I would be sitting here right now and we'd be doing this for a living and have a fucking suck machine in front of us, have a sponsorship for that, and you showing me all these sweet moments, some of which were in my active like pill era.
I know, that's the point.
Yeah, and it's like it's insane. It feels like, like this is your fucking life, man. Like, it's insane to be able to look back on that and be at this point now and just think that, like, I cannot believe this shit worked out. So I want people to know that, like, if you could relate to anything about that, just know it's possible to just fucking turn your shit around. It doesn't have to be the fucking end, even though so many times it will feel like it's the fucking end and there's no way out of this shit. You're going to be surprised at how many people will end up helping you. You're going to be surprised at what you're capable of, and you're going to be surprised at all the good shit that ends up coming along. Like, there was, like, when you mentioned this weekend how everything was going right, like I could not,
a feeling I hated,
dude. And I get how it can make you uncomfortable just because you're wondering when the shoe's going to drop, but at the same time, it's like, that kind of shit is possible. And it's like when your life is consumed with fucking drugs and alcohol, that's all you can fucking think about. It's like you're not receptive to that kind of shit. And I feel so lucky to be in a position where, like, I can acknowledge that kind of shit happening. Like, everything is like a massive victory. Like, if you told, like, I don't know, like, like if we compared ourselves to, like, I don't know, like a fucking Dane Cook who makes God knows how much for a show compared to, like, what we make for a show. Like, if you told Dane Cook how happy we were and how we felt like fucking kings with what we made that night, he'd be like, dude, you guys are fucking losers, man.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm getting to go to a foreign city with my best buddy. We're doing fun shit. We're getting diarrhea together. We're meeting people who are happy to see us, and we're happy to see them. And it doesn't get any better than that, man. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get any fucking better than that. It's insane that this is life now.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's something so fucking simple that I think we both just recognize, how important that shit is. Yeah. And we're both fucking super grateful for it. And I realize I speak for you like you're my husband.
I mean,
but I know how you feel.
I haven't really had a thought that you didn't hear in the last 5 years.
I don't know, man. I cannot believe that this is life now.
I know. Imagine if we made a lot of money, though. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I don't even care. Like, yeah, it's like, this is like, I mention all the time. It's like, at my last full-time job, I made $1,100 every 2 weeks. And it was like, there was a point like at jiu-jitsu where like I left my gi in my car too long and bacteria builds up and
Stinky,
it fucking stinks.
Gross.
And I could not afford one of those $50 gis from fucking Amazon, but I really wanted to train. So it's like, I would try, like I would wash it a million times. You can never get it out. Yeah. And I remember there was one day where I
couldn't afford the Sanabul.
No, I couldn't. That was it. It was the Elite. The Elite was the one.
The Elite. Whoa, la-di-da.
Dude, and I was training with our friend Dave Madonna, who is happens to be a police chief, and he's a friend, and it's like, and I mentioned during it because like I just felt so fucking guilty and just so embarrassed that I was training with a stinky gi. Fortunately, he was a friend, and I was like, dude, this gi smells so bad, man.
I hate stinky gi guys so much, man.
He's such a kind guy that the next time I went to class, my instructor was just like, he handed me one of the school gis. I was like, what is this? He's like, somebody got this for you. He wouldn't tell me who it was, but I knew it was
admirer.
Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually all chipped in because we can't stand rolling with you anymore.
Dude, I sent
it's really grossing us out, and all the women are quitting.
Dude, I sent a message to the group chat, and I was like, I apologize to everybody. It's like, look, just so you know, I realized I smell like snake piss, but I was so fucking poor, man. I couldn't afford another gi until now. And everybody was very nice about it.
Yeah. Whoa.
But, I mean, it is insane what life can become, man.
I actually had to, my struggles don't really mirror yours at all. My thing is way more. I don't know what describe my struggle. Anyway, my point is, I did some ketamine recently, just like a little bit, like I guess you could call it like a micro dose of ketamine, and it was because my bedtime is so fucked up. I've been staying up until like 4 every day. And it happened after Skankfest. Like we came home and I never readjusted the 3 hours. So my 1 a.m. bedtime, which is kind of late, but middle of the night, that's when I really do my video game stuff. That's when I fucking take my consoles apart and shit like that. That was getting stretched out till 4. And, I was kind of dragging ass during the day. And when I try to go to bed at a decent hour, I get really anxious. When I try to force myself to go to bed, I start to squirm like really bad. And I haven't really been doing like mushrooms or anything like that just because of the constant tummy ache. So I've just been kind of going raw. Like I really stopped smoking weed as much. And so I was just looking for like a not quick. I was looking for just some sort of like demarcation point. So I just did a little bit of ketamine, which I think is very therapeutic. And got my sleep schedule fixed in one night. In one night, I got now I'm back to normal bedtime. No freaking out. And but every time I do ketamine, I end up fixating on something completely out of the blue. The last time I did it was over the summer when I went to St. Augustine, and I laid on the beach and I talked to my wife and I cried, and I was feeling like a bliss that I've never really experienced before. But I also got completely fixated on the idea of being raised as a Major League Baseball pitching prospect. And that really hasn't left my mind. Thinking about the mechanics of throwing a pitch as a child, and they're like the adults in your life are grooming you for MLB greatness. I cannot get that thought out of my head. And that happened again the other night. I'm completely stuck on geometry and math. Now I want to learn math as an adult.
Just geometry or just mathematics?
I think I want to start with geometry because that might have something that grabs my attention. But I'm fucked up about math right now and how I don't really have any skills with it.
That's insane to me. No, not that you like that, but that having...
I don't like it. I'm fixated.
Yeah. But I mean, like, knowing you and knowing how autistic you are, it's insane to me that you're not a math guy already.
Who knows? I could be. I'm gathering resources right now to learn math as an adult. Mm-hmm. If anyone has any internet resources for getting sick at math, I'm all ears, dude. For right now, I just have some YouTube videos lined up.
Are you going to start showing off and just bringing like scratch paper with you?
I don't even. Here's the thing: I can't even conceptualize what showing off with math would look like because I understand so little of it. Mm-hmm. I think I failed algebra 2, and then the next year I had an elementary functions class. Mm-hmm. That I don't remember one single day where I felt like I was grasping what was happening. Mm-hmm. And I guess I faked my way through a lot in high school. But yeah, it's time to get serious about math. I think it's actually time for all of us to kind of stop fucking around and get serious about math. It's the only thing that they can't fuck with.
Buddy,
you know?
That adds up, brother.
History is written by, Mossad.
Who's math written by?
Oh no, probably also Mossad. No. Yeah, well, if math is one of the weapons that they use against us, I'm going to learn how to shoot. Mm-hmm. So I guess stay tuned for my math journey.
Oh my God! Well, I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah,
man, geometry.
I know, right? How exciting!
Do you have like a shape that you're fixated on right now?
Yeah, there's I was watching a video about not mandala, but there was like a fractal explanation, and it was about 3 circles being tangentially connected, and it being like a mathematical principle that they ended up naming, and it has something to do with like the golden spiral or whatever. I can't even remember all the terms. I was pretty fucked up and smiling. I was uncontrollably smiling in bed watching a video I didn't understand 2 consecutive words of. And I said, I'm never going to feel this way again. No one's ever going to confuse me.
Dude, circles will do that to you.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who's in charge of circles when I get done with them.
Brother, way to get in the trapezoids, man.
Which one's that?
It's like a Down syndrome square.
Yeah. So I'm, that'll be cool.
I'm excited for you, man.
Mike.
Tim.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
I can't tell you enough how proud I am of you.
Thank you very much, man.
I can't tell you enough how unrecognizable you are from 5 years ago. For someone who has really experienced the depths of desperation and misguidedness, watching someone button themselves up like you have is something I find inspiring. Not to sound like a fucking homo. It's a course correction that I think will need to be studied someday, and actually can be studied right now by anyone who's listened to DADMEAT from the beginning. I truly see you as a one of a kind leader who, if anyone emulates any part of, I think they'll be better for it.
Oh, thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Coming from you, listen, thank you very much, but just know, I love you and I respect you a lot, so that really means a lot to me.
I appreciate you saying so, buddy. This is going to be the best year yet.
I believe it.
That's the Tim Butterly guarantee. Mm-hmm. And have I ever let you down?
Mm-hmm. No.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm sorry, I checked out. What were you talking about? My birthday. Right. Sorry, I got a little PUSSI last night. Don't really have time to listen to fellas. But no, this is, I'm so happy everyone's celebrating you, and this is it. This is the one.
We're cooking, buddy.
Watch your birthday next year. Life will be yet again unrecognizable.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have frosted tips. I know it.
Gray frosted tips. Yeah. Paul Hollywood. Yeah.
Ready to head over to the Patreon?
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a little ginger ale break and head over to the Patreon.
All right. I love you, dude.
I love you too, dude.
But we're going to head over to patreon.com/DADMEAT podcast. You can join us over there. For part 2, we're going to be hanging out some more. Me and my best buddy, and pay whatever you want if you're not a patron yet. just come have fun with us, man, and we'll see you over there.
I have some true crime stuff we could talk about.
I would love to.
I'm trying to track down the suitcase from the what's her name, Susan Boone trial.
I'm not familiar with her. I saw you
put in the
I saw you post the suitcase, but I didn't know what the relevance was.
The lady that murdered her boyfriend by trapping him in a suitcase and not letting him out, and she recorded him begging and crying. It's a pretty funny video, but I need the exact make and model of the suitcase. And if I could track one down, I'd like to, because I want to prove that it could never happen to me.
Do I remember you getting in a suitcase before?
It sounds like something I'd do for a laugh.
Yeah.
But I need this specific one.
All right.
To show that, couldn't be me.
Has anybody hit you with any kind of like reference point for the make and model, or are you just going in?
Yeah, someone found like a listing for one from like a Filipino website. I don't think they make it anymore. It might be Voyage or Voyager might be the brand, but not a lot to go on with our preliminary searches. All right, well, on the Patreon, I'll show you the video of this lady letting her boyfriend die. It's really funny. It's so sad that a man lost his life, but listen to this drunk bitch taunting a guy while he's going, babe, please.
On top of that too, can you tell me more about your ketamine experience?
Oh, absolutely.
There's some questions I have about it.
Oh, I'm dying to. Let's head over.
What do you want to promote?
Oh, shit. January 11th, I'm headlining the Dojo of Comedy in Morris Plains, New Jersey.
Oh, yes.
Very excited. They've treated me nicely over there, and I can't wait to do my own show. The first ever live Tim Butterly show in Philadelphia is sold out January 15th. I'm looking forward to even just planning the rest of that. And Metal Girl Solid. I've been working with all of my free time to get that on YouTube. So keep an eye out. And I don't want to make any promises. Maybe tomorrow night we might try to wrap up the first game at twitch.tv/Tim Butterly. I know people don't like Twitch. You can wait for YouTube if you want. And I'd love for you guys to check that out. And follow my YouTube channel, because I'm not just making Tim Butterly show over there. I'm putting up stand up now. I made a neat little video about this custom Dreamcast that I made, and what I'm trying to do is start making videos for people to watch when they're staying up until 1 a.m. smoking weed, because that's who I am and that's who I care about.
Hell yeah.
So check that out, please.
We got one more super chat.
A buzzer beater?
A buzzer beater. Happy birthday, Mike. I'm glad you have been getting spots at the dojo. Ramanelli is the man. Glad you got connected with him.
Yeah, shout out Mike Ramanelli, man.
Yeah, I'm going to be there tonight at the Dojo of Comedy. Tonight and tomorrow, show at 9 p.m. each night with the great Jim Florentine.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'll be featuring for him, and I'm excited. I met him like 20 years ago, and I really bothered him, so I hope he doesn't remember me.
Yeah.
He was trying to eat, but I was so excited because, I was so excited. I couldn't believe it was the Crank Anchors guy. I was like, oh my God, Jim, I'm so happy to meet you. And like, he had to put down his fork and knife to like shake my hand.
Damn. Yo, get him to go on Digital Bazooka.
Oh, he would be incredible. Oh my God.
Mention it to him.
Oh my God, dude.
Well, do well first.
Yeah.
And then when you're hitting it off and talking to him afterwards, hit him up, tell him about it.
Yeah, I'll try not to bother him while he's eating again. But
full rack of ribs.
Go to onperks.com. If for no other reason, check out a DADMEAT custom episode. Tim and I are having a blast making these fucking things. Anything and everything that you could want us to talk about, we're happy to talk about. Episodes, they're available in 15, 30-minute, or even hour-long formats. Tim and I are happy to fucking do it, man. Go to onperks.com for that. Also, all my books are there. On Perks, fucking Delco Dirtball, and anything else you can want. I got a bunch of other weird shit up there, too. So you can get all that
posters on there?
Yes, our poster's up there. We have our lovely poster right here. A local artist, Zach Woomer, created this incredible poster for Tim and I, where Tim and I, our faces are this gentleman's butt cheeks. And Tim and I are signing posters and shipping them out. I think this is a very nice Christmas gift for people. Look at that, baby. But this poster, Tim and I are signing them after we record tonight. We're signing these posters, and we'll ship them out. You can go to ownperks.com, buy a copy of one of these, and give one to the retard in your life. All right, guys. We'll see you over at patreon.com/DADMEAT podcast. And